What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to be talking about how I free build, how you guys can free build, and like some other cool tips and tricks, and like keyboard positions, mouse pads and mouse space. So yeah, let's get into it. So what you guys want to think about for like our first subject will be, let's pick our first subject will be keyboard positioning. So what you want to do with your keyboard is you want to either have it at a comfortable position where you feel comfortable, where your wrist feels comfortable. For me it's from like 45 degrees all the way to 90 degrees, like all the way to about 85 degrees. That's where I'd say 80 degrees to be honest, and that's where I feel comfortable personally. And like I can play anywhere in between that and I'll feel good. Like I'll do it at what I'm usually at, which is about 75 degrees. I'll free build right now. 1 second. I don't do too good sometimes, but like it depends. Like it just depends, to be honest, how focused I am. So I'd say I'm pretty good considering I'm on PlayStation. I am a keyboard and mouse player on PlayStation, so I have high input delay, and I am on like 20 to 30 ping, maybe 40 ping sometimes. Most of the time I'm on 20 to 30 ping. And like what I do to just warm up is just free build in BHE. Get a blue pump and an AR if you want. I sometimes get an AR, so this time I did get an AR. And if you can, and if you have a friend that can join, then get them to just run around the map whilst you stand on that base on the 1v1 part, and just practice your movement at a different like see if you can dodge all their shots and do a bunch of crazy stuff. Looking down, by the way, it makes your head look down, so your character is a bit less like tall, so it'll make your character a bit less of a hitbox if they're trying to aim for your head. But make them just shoot at you with an AR on SMG. Their aim will be getting practiced against a decent movement, and you'll get a movement practice. And keep on swapping it and do that. I used to do that with one of my friends, and it really worked for a bit of most of my aim very at the start. And now, in the long run, it's actually helped. But let's get on to free building. So when you want to free build with your keyboard position, you want to feel comfortable. Your wrist shouldn't feel tense, and you shouldn't feel like as if it's hurting. Like my muscle hurts a bit, but that's because I do that on purpose, so that it tightens like my arm, and so that I can put it a bit off my desk at a certain point off my desk, so that my entire arm isn't resting on my desk, so that I can just, it tenses it up a bit and it helps me. Don't know how, but it just does help me if I tense my arm up. My arm is already tense all the time anyways, but like tensing it up more, it hurts a bit in the long run of playing a game or something. Like I'm doing it slightly now. I don't do it a lot, but I do it a bit more when I'm nervous because it helps. So yeah, when you want a decent keyboard position so that it feels comfortable. Like mine feels comfortable like this. Yours might feel comfortable at just straight. But there's pros and cons. If you want another video on that, please make sure to like and subscribe. But if I don't post a video on it sometime soon, you can check it's Jerian he has a lot of good videos. I've seen a bunch of his and he helped me decide on which one I was going to use. I used to use 45 degrees, so if I play with 45 degrees now, I'll be okay with it, so I'll do it now. So I've tilted my keyboard, and this is like just how I'm playing. But I won't play, I'll play practically the same, but I won't play as good. That might not make a lot of sense, but I won't play exactly the same. And what you guys want to see is which part you're comfortable at. You want to keep like your wrist on for your keyboard. You want to keep your wrist relaxed, but then your arm tense. Let me move my keyboard back. Okay, so now you want to we'll move on to mouse. Like just mice in general, and your mouse space, and how you want to play with your mouse. So what you want to do is basically you just want to feel how you want to see how big of mouse space, how much of mouse space you have, so you can figure out what kind of sensitivity you can use basically. And at the same time, whatever sensitivity feels comfortable with you, you can use it on any mouse pad. I'd say use a higher sensitivity if you have a small mouse pad, because that's what I used to do with my small mouse pad. But now that I have a really big mouse pad, I use the same sensitivity, maybe a bit lower, maybe a bit higher, but I just feel comfortable like that, and my desk space is definitely enough. And any position I feel comfortable. So oh yeah, we just leveled up. That's cool. So basically what you want to do is just make sure that you have a good mouse that fits you and that suits you, because you don't want a mouse that is very bad. Like my old mouse, it was okay, but it's just the actuation was bad, plus it was an office mouse. It was a very small wireless, no side buttons office mouse. It didn't even have a DPI controller. I had to do that somehow. But basically what you want to do is mostly just get a good mouse. Like my mouse, it only cost me £4, and that's very cheap in England. Like that's like $5 if you live in America, but it's still a good mouse. Like it's cheap, I can tell it's cheap quality, but it's a good mouse if I'm only playing on it for a while. I'm not playing on it for too long. Like I'm not gonna use it for too long. Whenever I get the chance, oh, this is higher sensitivity. But whenever I get the chance, I am going to get a new mouse, and it's probably gonna be like a Razer Death Adder, because I've heard those are very good. But you want something like the Razer Death Adder or the Razer Viper Mini, or I'm probably gonna get Mongol's mouse, which is a Logitech G402, I think. That's practically the same as what my mouse is, but just obviously different. It's not the same exact one, but it's the same shape and stuff. And I feel like mine's comfortable, so that might be comfortable, and I've tested that one out, but not in an actual game or anything, just like in a shop. I've just seen it and I felt it. And yeah, so you want to get a good mouse that suits you, so that you can play good with that mouse. Like with my mouse, I played pretty good. I just accidentally pressed my DPI button, so I'm not that good. Oh, pressing my DPI button made me get better. Anyways, like look, that's like 3,200 DPI. So you want to get a DPI that's comfortable. This is like 400. This is like 800, maybe 1,600. This is at 1,600. And like my sensitivity, I'll be showing you guys that now, 17.5 by 16.5. So I'm a pretty high sensitivity player. I'm not even that low of a sensitivity. But I feel comfortable with that, so that's just my preference. Like this is 400 and that's way too slow for me. 800, this is perfect with my sensitivity. Like that's medium settings or medium to high settings. And yeah, you just want to figure out what's comfortable for you, what suits you. As long as you have a big mouse space, decent mouse, and you feel comfortable with your wrist in that position on your keyboard, you are good to go. Now I will show you a quick bit, like 30-second clip of me just free building. Let's get into it. So this is where I'm gonna just say, please like, subscribe, turn all post notifications on so you never miss any of my videos. Have a bit of a, I think I might have a cold or a cough or something. But what you, like, as you saw there, I wasn't the best. I was messing up quite a bit. Like, I'm not the most consistent, and I need to work on that. You guys might need to work on something like maybe aiming, maybe your mechanics, and so do I. Everyone can develop. But yeah, this concludes my video. But just feel comfortable in any keyboard and mouse position, because like I feel comfortable in mine. I'm practicing in it, and however you feel comfortable, play like that and figure out your play style so that you can use that to your advantage. And yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Please like, subscribe, turn all post notifications on so you never miss out a video. And that's it for the video, guys. Peace.